Hope you have a great start to your week. Like we do at this time, we prepare mentally for the week ahead. We get us some new concepts for everything. Y'all know the grind. It don't stop till the casket drop. Dirt road to rodeo. That's the process that we all got to go through, that we all have to change. And gangster mentality is the mindset that is going to take us to all do that. So I'm going to throw on that Dirt Road to Rodeo. And when y'all listen to that Dirt Road to Rodeo, I want you to remember, Dirt Road to Rodeo is just about overcoming your personal challenges. Dirt Road to Rodeo is about growth. It's about change. Okay? It's about not thinking like a victim and thinking more like the growth mindset. So here we go. Dirt Road to Rodeo while we're waiting on everybody to join. Here we go. As a child, I was scarred. That's why I go so hard. Did it all without Yale. We ain't doing no time. Young boy using his mind. Dirt road to rodeo. Did it all without Yale. We ain't doing no time. Young boy using his mind. Dirt road to rodeo. 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 Did it all without Yale. We ain't doing no time. Young boy using his mind. Started dirt poor. Never had a dime. No food in the house. I only had my mind. I'm from the bottom of the borough. Brother doing time. Being poor around here is the #1 crime. Out the mud for real, so I stayed on my grind. School by the streets. I took an oath I never tell. Manifesting like a wizard with a spell. Educator, knowledge for your soul. Mess around with me, we turning dirt into gold. Did it all without Leo. We ain't doing no time. Young boy using his mind. Dirt road to rodeo. Did it all without Leo. We ain't doing no time. Young boy using his mind. Dirt road to rodeo. 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 Did it all without Yale. We ain't doing no time. Young boy using his mind. Since a young boy had the streets on lock, never knew my dad had to be my pops. I'm here now, ain't nothing they can do. Going hard for my little brother Pooh. Shot in the head at the age of 13 before his time. Serving things I'm gonna win, cause he can't lose. My daddy left, he chose the booze. He'd rather drink than raise his sons. Now we all lost with drugs and guns. By the grace of God, they didn't get me. Rid of my car with shots. No bullets hit me. I'm still here. Dirt road to rodeo. Did it all without Leo. We ain't doing no time. Young boy using his mind. Dirt road to rodeo. Did it all without Leo. We ain't doing no time. Young boy using his mind. Dirt road to rodeo. 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 Did it all without Leo. We ain't doing no time. Young boy using his mind. Moved to Beverly Hills and put myself on the map. All I kick is truth, all my words no cap. Hold your applause, I need no props. My team stay ready, we ain't thinking about the ops. I do what I want, I never ask permission. Battling HK, you in a messed up position. Play the game how it go, you can never catch me frontin'. I am making something out of nothing. Did it all without Leo. We ain't doing no time. Young boy using his mind. Dirt road to rodeo. Did it all without Leo. We ain't doing no time. Young boy using his mind. Dirt road to rodeo. 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 Did it all without Leo. We ain't doing no time. Young boy using his mind. So, this is your first time joining me or hearing the song Dirt Road to Rodeo. Dirt Road to Rodeo is about a shift in consciousness. It's about changing the way you view yourself and changing the way you view the world. I would say today, since we're talking about, love in the heart, Dirt Road to Rodeo is about getting out of your head and getting more and living from your heart. When we talking about Dirt Road to Rodeo, because we all got challenges that we got to overcome. So it's the mental journey that we talking about when we talk about Dirt Road to Rodeo. So thank you all for being here. What up, D? How are you? So even on this, Dirt Road to Rodeo, it's like overcoming those doubts, right? Because we, at the end of the day, we all get voices of
of doubts and uncertainty where we might doubt ourselves or doubt the process that we own. Sometimes it's okay to have those doubts. It's just not okay to stop at those doubts. We can have those doubts and keep on going. And that's what Dirt Road to Rodeo is about. Overcoming yourself, overcoming the limited nature, overcoming thinking more for the self and thinking more about the bigger picture. That's what Dirt Road to Rodeo is all about. So we're going to set our intentions today. And what I wanted to do, since the secret, right? What I found all the secret and studying all of this information of how to manifest, the secret is this. The secret is love. It's all about love. And we got to start with love for ourselves and love for everybody else. And you got to have love for self because you can't give what you don't have. So if you really want to tap into that power, we got to actually have love and unity. And that's why when you look into the world, everything is to divide and conquer. Because if we're divided, then we can't tap into that universal power. So we're talking about universal laws that's been here since the beginning of time. So I want to thank the ancients because the ancients have left so many cute clues for us on how to live and how to think in order to become the best versions of ourselves. And I think once we all try everything else and exhaust all the possibilities and nothing happens the way we want it to, then we come back to that original source where everything started at. And that's what I'm talking about, getting back, to the source. So first I want to say thank you to the ancients. And then I want to say thank you to everybody, not only on the live, but everybody that listens to this, everybody that follow me on social media. And I give you a good secret to life. What you appreciate appreciates you. And not only that, it also appreciates, meaning it appreciates in value. So, a good practice to do is to start thinking about the things that you appreciate and the people you appreciate. And today, since we're talking about living from the heart, I wanted to, put my hand over the heart and you all do the same and just tell the heart how much that you appreciate the heart. Our heart is beating for us 24 hours a day. It's pumping blood through our body. So, just tell the heart how much you appreciate it. And, the heart will actually start to work better for you. So that's what we want to do. We want to become conscious of everything around us and start to live from a state of gratitude. And when we start to live from a state of gratitude, we can watch everything around us start to change. So before we get started, I'm going to do this meditation, and it's called Unconditional Love. Where's my book? Sorry. Here is my book, The 72 Names of God. And I'm going to do a quick meditation. And this one is called Unconditional Love. Because maybe that's what the world is missing right now. It's unconditional love. Because most of us love on conditions of what you're going to do for me, what I'm going to get out of it, and all of that. So here we go. Unconditional love. A student once approached a sage who was well versed in the spiritual doctrines and the mystical arts. He asked the master to teach him the sublime secrets of life, to explain all the magnificent mysteries of the cosmos that are lay hidden in all the holy books. And he asked if this could be done in the time that a person can remain balanced on one leg. The great sage carefully considered this request. He smiled warmly and replied, "Love thy neighbor as thyself. All the rest is commentary. Now go and learn." Loving our neighbors, and our enemies for that matter, has nothing to do with morals or ethics. Rather, Kabbalah teaches that love is a formidable weapon in furthering our own cause in life, which is simply to gain true joy and fulfillment. In other words, we benefit. Love is a weapon of light and has the power to eradicate all forms of darkness. That is the key. When we offer love, even to our enemies, we destroy their darkness and hatred, which is the reason they became our enemies in the first place. What's more, we cast out darkness inside ourselves. What's left are two souls who now recognize the spark of divinity they both share. This name also awakens love for our spouse, friends, family, and self. After all, we can only share what we possess. Thus, we cannot love our neighbor or our spouse if we don't possess love for our own self. Use this name to dissolve animosity and bitterness that might arise after an argument with loved ones. Like attracts like. By emulating the Creator's unconditional love for all mankind, you bring love into your own life. You create harmony between yourself and other people, and between humanity and the natural world. So the meditation goes like this. As I focus on unconditional love for all the people around me, the dark forces within are cast out. In the past, I have felt hatred for certain people. Now as I picture those people in my mind, I feel only love. Light washes over them and me. And I recognize the common thread that we share, the spark of the Creator. My heart opens up as I wish them joy and fulfillment, peace and greater understanding. We are one soul. As greater compassion and humanity awaken within for those around me, my family, my friends and neighbors. Those positive feelings fan outward toward all humanity, as love washes over everyone, bringing greater peace, understanding, and harmony throughout the world. So, the secret is love. And that's how we tap into that superconscious mind. Because whenever we have feelings of, let's say, anger or hatred against other people, what we're actually doing at that point is we use the lower part of our brain, which is the reptilian brain. But in order for us to tap into that superconscious mind, we have to see unity and love and appreciation and joy. And that's how we can use the neocortex. And when we do that, that's when we can tap into the true power that we all have. So the song I want to do off the Gangsta Mentality album is called Believe in You. Because without the belief in yourself, you can't do anything. And not only that, without the belief in a higher power or a power for good, when, like they say, the more you believe in it, the more it works for you. If you believe a little, then you only get a little. If you believe a lot, you get a lot. So at the end of the day, it all boils down to your beliefs and what do you believe about yourself. That's why Believe in You is the first song on the Gangsta Mentality album. So here you go. Believe in You by yours truly, HK.
The most important thing you can do is to believe in yourself. Remember, it's done unto you
As you believe.
You have to believe that your life has purpose, that your life has meaning. Believing in yourself will give you the confidence to face all the fears and failures that you will encounter on this journey of life.
All you gotta do is believe in you. Believe in you. You were born for greatness. All you gotta do is believe in you. You were born for greatness.
You've got to create a dream. You've got to believe that you can accomplish that dream. You've got to establish goals. And you have got to go for it. You have got to aim high. You have got to always keep the faith and believe. Believe in you. Believe in the infinite power that resides within you. Believe in the infinite power that created you. Believe. Knowledge of self will give you the belief you need to keep going through all your trials and tribulations. Believe.
All you gotta do is believe in you. You were born for greatness. All you gotta do is believe in you. You were born for greatness. All you gotta do is believe in you. You were born for greatness.
All you gotta do is believe in you.
Believe in you. Good morning.
You were born for greatness. Believe in you. Know thyself. The secret to life is knowing who you are. Whether you believe you can or whether you believe you can't, either way you're right. So believe you can. Believe in the infinite power that resides inside of you. It's your birthright to live in abundance. Believe in you. Believe you can always. All you have to do is believe in you. All you gotta do is believe in you.
Believe in you. You were born for greatness. All you gotta do is believe in you. Believe in you. Believe in you. You were born for greatness. All you gotta do is believe in you. Believe in you. Believe in you. You were born for greatness. All you gotta do is believe in you. You were born for greatness.
I love this quote by Marianne Williams. Our deepest fear is not that we're inadequate. Our deepest fear is that we're powerful beyond measure. It is our light, not our darkness, that most frightens us. We ask ourselves, who am I to be brilliant, gorgeous, talented, fabulous? Actually, who are you not to be? And you are greatness. It's your birthright. All you have to do is believe.
All you gotta do is believe in you.
Believe in you. You were born for greatness.
Believe in you. Believe in you. All you gotta do is believe in you. You were born for greatness.
All you gotta do is believe in you.
Believe in you. Believe in you.
You were until you believe it. And guess what? All you gotta do is believe in you.
So the question is, can you believe in yourself when it looks like nobody else does? A lot of times we want people to believe in us when we don't truly believe in ourselves. Because if we did believe in ourselves, we'd take the chances and the risks on ourselves and put ourselves out there. Me personally, right? When I was down that dirt road and you know, we growing up poor and we don't have nothing, I believe it was something bigger for me. So I had to look at myself totally different. So I would behave totally different. Even once I got here, one thing I want to share to you all might see this on my story, right? This right here is my family crest. This is what I call my coat of arms. Now, you all that know me, of course, you know I grew up poor down the dirt road, right? So I had to start to begin to look at myself different. So I said, I'm going to come up with a coat of arms. I keep this picture here. I keep it on my wall in my desk, on the wall in my office, so I can look at it, so I can remind myself, you know, when I start to hear those voices of doubt that say you're not good enough and you're not worthy, and I understand that, you know, I look at myself totally different. So I came up with this whole coat of arms, and in this coat of arms, I'm going to just explain it to you all real quick. Y'all see the I am? Because y'all know the words are everything. We create with the words. So I am is very important. The heart symbolizes love for humanity. I grew up picking blueberries. So this blueberries is to remind me of my roots in the fields and the hard work. And this is my logo inside of this pyramid, which actually means frequency. You know, since everything is energy. And the motto across the bottom, faith, love, education, unity. Faith, love, education, and unity. And at the top, we have a phoenix that rose out the ashes. And that's how I feel like HK. I came from nothing. I rose out the ashes. I even wrote a poem to go with it. Tell me what y'all think. It goes something like this. Out the ashes like a phoenix I would rise. It's propaganda time to see through the lies. It's fluoride in the water, deceit in the books. Government shady ran by a bunch of crooks. They tried to lock us down and take away our freedom. Divided, we fall. Together we can beat them. Peep the agenda, they trying to separate. Black versus white, they really pushing hate. But we are all one. It's only one source. Your soul is waking up to the sound of my voice. Because it's all real, you can feel it inside. They told you a man, that's where they lied. So, that's the song that I put to come with my crest. Because guess what? We got to create this thing. So when I tell you, dirt road to rodeo, I live it. I really mean it. Dirt road to rodeo is constantly growing and changing and trying to get out of my way and become somebody totally different. So I'm always going to be on that dirt road to rodeo because the process never changes. Because it's never about what I get. It's always about who I become on this journey. And at the end of the day, life is just a journey. We all have a journey and we all got to live out loud, put ourselves out there and keep it moving. So I got this little girl. Who's
I am Rodeo.
You Rodeo? Okay, let's explain something to him. Come here. All right. Okay. So.
Hi, Angie.
Listen, Layla, when me and Layla look at this, so I grew up down the dirt road, of course. Layla was born in Beverly Hills. So from one generation to the next, we say from the dirt road to rodeo. What me and Layla, what we're trying to do is broaden Layla's concept of life and open her mind to bigger things and bigger visions than what I had. So from the dirt road to rodeo. And what we do is we keep on passing it down generation after generation because one of my whys is to break generational poverty. And the way that I do that is not only do I help set her up financially, but I got to give her the mental tools that she needs so she can survive in this world on her own.
Hi, Angie.
You got anything you want to say other than that?
Thank you for buying better than the last 3 videos, and thank you for buying the first bag on this video.
Why are you so silly? You got your meditation? You want to do your meditation?
No, I did. I was so sleepy.
You was?
Yes.
Okay, cool. Well, what you gonna do? You gonna go get it?
Yeah.
Okay.
No,
All right.
I need your flashlight.
You can use the other phone.
Okay.
Okay. All right. I love you. Okay. All right.
Are you saying go, go, go because I have to go get my meditation? Or are you saying go, go, go because you gotta keep going?
I think they were saying go, go, go because I got to keep going. So for everybody, listen, if you missed it, the secret in order to tap into that power is love. Love is the big secret. And I know it seems real simple, right? But we got to understand the light is simple. Okay. And when you want to realize things that are going on in your life, if it comes from the light, it's simple. When it comes from the snake, it's complicated. And you can remember like this, the snake cannot go straight. The snake has to go like this in order to go, right? So it's complicated. So whenever we get it complicated, then we got to understand that's the snake. So what you want to do is remember this. I gave you 3 brain hacks, right? And I'm going to explain those 3 brain hacks to you. First of all is the brain doesn't know the difference between imagination and reality, right? So how does that affect you? Instead of you worrying about problems, right? Instead of you worrying about things, what you need to do is focus on what it is that you want. You need to only think about what you want, because now your brain will start to show you more of those things in the world, because the brain doesn't know the difference between imagination and reality. So you got to use that to your advantage. Also, the brain cannot focus on negativity and positivity at the same time. Okay? But if the default mode of the brain is negativity, it's going to worry. The brain is inclined to worry because the brain job is to keep you alive. The brain job is a problem solving machine. So it's going to notice the negatives constantly. So you have to consciously be fighting for positivity. Wake up, think about positivity, and not only that, you got to hold those positive thoughts at least 20 seconds to have an effect. So let's think of it like this. For every 1 negative thought, you need about 3 positive thoughts to neutralize that. So now you're in a daily battle because the world around you is negative. Like your brain is inclined to worry. So you're going to get negative thoughts. So now you need to focus on your positivity and understanding this, knowing that the brain is inclined to worry, right? Let me tell you how that affects you. Let's suppose you do something, even like right now, I'm doing a live, right? And the goal is for me to give maybe some positive information, to try to help some people, maybe just have some fun in this hour and prepare for next week. But what will happen with some people is they will notice the one thing that's wrong, right? They will notice the mistakes that you made. Why is that? Because the brain is inclined to worry. So when they notice that mistake and they comment on it, what you don't have to do is internalize that. You don't have to accept it, because what they're doing is they're letting their brain run them instead of them running their brain. Okay. So they see you and oh, look at this. And that's, the teacher, it was one teacher that did an example one time and they did some problems on the board. And they might have did all the problems right and did one problem wrong on purpose. And what did everybody do? They pointed out the one problem wrong. They laughed at that. So, and that's what you got to understand. That's just human nature. But what we're here to do right now is to break human nature, to overcome human nature. That's one way you could look at Dirt Road to Rodeo, as overcoming the limited human thinking and embracing the God consciousness inside of you. That's how you go from the Dirt Road to Rodeo. So once you understand all of this stuff, you don't have to begin to feel bad because of what people say about you or what people think about you or how they feel about you. Because when you realize that whatever you think is in your brain, that's in your world. And see, that's why they told us judge not, lest you be judged, because you're the only thinker in your world. So when somebody thinks something negative about you, that just go to show you who they are. You don't have to take it and accept it. Okay. So just remember those 3 brain hacks. And there you go, because the whole battle with humanity, what we're trying to do is get out of our brain and get into our heart. See, the brain is equated to the tree of knowledge that they told us not to eat from. What's right, what's wrong, what's good, what's bad. That's the tree of knowledge. But we want to eat from the tree of life. That's why they say love thy neighbor as thyself, because they understand what love actually does for you. And if we actually want to solve the problems of the world, it's only one way to do it. And that's we all have to love each other. That's how this thing goes. But my daughter is here and she has a meditation that she wants to read out of her book, 72 Name of God for Kids. Can you tell them the name of the meditation?
Yes.
And can you read loud? What's up?
The Death of Death.
The Death of Death.
Look at it. Look at it. Look at it. Okay.
Okay. All right. You got it? Mm-hmm. Okay. Let me read where they can hear you. Let me get you into the camera. Okay. All right. It's on you.
There once was a king who ruled over a wondrous land that had never known hunger or pain. One day the angel of death passed over the land and found it so appealing that he moved in. Soon animals and crops were dying, businesses were failing, and marriages and old friendships were falling apart.
Speak up.
The death of all things now hung over every corner of the land. The king was so saddened by his people's suffering that he could not eat or drink. Then a wise man came to the land and taught the king this name.
Bless you. Read loud so they can hear you, okay?
The king mustered every ounce of his remaining strength to focus on the name. The name burned so brightly in his heart that finally the angel of death passed up and moved away. But then the king was so weak he was in danger of dying. Gasping for breath, the king used the last of his strength to teach the name to the people. The name burned brightly in their hearts, and with it they chased out every last speck of death to the angel and had left behind. In a short time, the king recovered and lived to rule for many years. Death doesn't only mean that somebody died, it can also mean the end of a friendship or family, a way of life, or the failure of a business. We use this name to chase away the angel of death once and for all.
So the name of her meditation was called The Death of Death. And what we were saying is we want to get rid of death in our finances, in our relationships, in our family, in our friendships, and in our business. We want all of those to thrive. And we know in order for that to thrive, that the light has to be in it. So the depth of death is because everything that we're doing now, we want to be attached to the light and the tree of life. So that was Layla meditation called The 72 Names of God. Anything else?
I was wondering what that picture was in the living room.
Yeah, I had to show them the crest and what the crest right there means.
I thought you took it.
Anything else you want to say?
No, but I just want to stay here for it.
Just want to stay here for a minute. So, like I said, the name of the game is love. So this week right here, we want to all try to operate from a place of love with everything. When we look into the world, right, what we do is this. I'm going to give you another example of how what Dirt Road to Rodeo is. Dirt Road to Rodeo is going from looking at the world as a physical construct and looking at the world as a spiritual construct from a spiritual perspective, meaning that the thought precedes the action. So behind every physical thing, there was actually a thought about it first. And everything that we see lived in the mind first. Every piece of clothing that we see, the cars that we drive, the phones that we hold, everything was in the mind before it became into existence. So when we look into the world, that's why this is the after effects, or like Neville Goddard say, the shadows, because the thought actually preceded all of this. So what should we do? What's the most important thing? Our thoughts. Our thoughts are the most important things because from that springs everything. So when we want to make real changes, we don't go into the physical world and try to change people or try to change things or try to change circumstances. That's not where the power is in the external. We have to go back to the internal and where the true power is. And it starts with each and every one of our thoughts. Our thoughts is the most important thing. That's the seed level. And that's where we really affect change at.
Is that Ellen?
No. That's where we really affect change at, the thoughts. So first and foremost, we got to get in touch with our thoughts. And that's why we're talking about today, living in a state of gratitude, because gratitude is going to put us into a higher vibration. Then we can receive more. Okay.
She says you deserve everything in this world.
Well, I appreciate that. I thank each and every one of you for being here. I'm thankful for you all. Remember, we talk about our daily vitamin G, which is what are you grateful for? Matter of fact, when you woke up this morning, Layla, what did you have to write in?
Well, I thought you said only before you go to sleep.
I said before you go to sleep or when you wake up. What did you do this morning when you woke up? Did you write in your gratitude journal?
No, but I did it last night.
That was this morning. That was 4 o'clock this morning. You woke up.
Forgot.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I did it.
You did what? What you do?
I wrote
You don't have to tell them what you wrote, but tell them what was the exercise.
Can I just go get the journal?
That's up to you. Okay. So anyway,
Andy, how many badges did you buy?
Anyway, what I was saying is, as far as the gratitude, waking up in the morning and writing in a gratitude journal, because what we want to do is start to prime our brain to notice more positive things in the world. And as we focus on gratitude, then we see more gratitude via the reticular activating system. And it's crazy, right? I thought about writing about gratitude. I'm gonna show you how everything's lined up. Y'all know that I love my tea, right? And if you don't, now you do. So in the morning on my tea bag, let me see if we can focus this. Hold on, Layla. It was talking about gratitude. It said gratitude is not about what is received. It is about how you receive what is there. So even when we talk about gratitude, how do you receive what is there? You know, nature. Nature is a great thing to go out and be in awe of. Nature and how you receive that. How do you receive the other people? How do you even receive yourself? You do understand that you're a miracle, right? It was a 1 in 400 trillion chance that you would be born. So you are a walking miracle. So whenever you start to feel down about yourself and you start to let those voices get you to say, I'm not good enough and I'm not worthy, understand that you are a part of creation. You are a part of creation and you are a creator. You just have to create consciousness. You have to create consciously. And you know, a lot of times when you tell people that, you know, you're gods, people are like, no, I'm not a god. I'm not this and that. First of all, I'm not the one saying it. It's just like the man said that so many people, you know, claim to love and follow. Is it not written in your laws that ye are all gods? So I can say this to you. You are not the God that created the world and the universe and all of that, but a part of that exists in you. Therefore, you can co-create with that power. Just like on a physical level, you can procreate with each other. We also can co-create with the spirit. In order to do that at the highest level, we got to clean out our vessel and we got to be, you know, in a place where we are at love and at peace and at harmony. So now that energy can actually flow through us. But Layla wants to show you what she wrote this morning in her gratitude journal.
Okay. I am grateful for my mommy. I'm grateful for my daddy. I'm grateful for my home. I am grateful for Sunday walk. I'm grateful for my family. I'm grateful for my pets. I am grateful for my teacher. I am grateful for my friends. Okay,
good job, Layla. So all of us, let's do that. So it's one of the things I was going to tell you to do suggest, because I can't tell you to do anything. I'm sorry. Suggest for you to do is to actually, when you wake up in the morning, write down 3 different things that you're grateful for. And before you go to sleep at night, write down 3 things that happened during the day that you're grateful for. It's easy to do and it's easy not to. But you got to actually do it. When you want something to change in your life, you have to actually change. And I know a lot of times you want to change something real big and dramatic, but it's the small things that are done over and over and over, those daily disciplines that you can't get away from, that you have to do. So this week we focusing on gratitude. When you walk out the door, just look for things to be grateful for. Okay? Somebody said something to you like,
I do not know who you are.
He from back home.
What's his name?
He is from back home.
What is his name?
Hold on 1 second.
What is his name? And can you believe in you the intro?
Do Believe in You intro?
Yeah.
All right, y'all. Layla want to do Believe in You intro. So if you missed the song off the Gangsta Mentality album, we did Believe in You. Layla actually did the intro to Believe in You. So here that go. Let's do this, Lay.
Why do you always put it on 100?
I always do what?
Why do I always put the phone in?
So they can hear it.
Hey, you know, baby Lay, I love you with all my heart, and this is what I want to tell you. You can do anything in this world that you set your mind to, but guess what? You gotta believe it. Do you believe it?
Yes.
Yes, what?
Yes, of course, Daddy.
Yes, of course you believe it?
Yes.
Okay. Because you got a power deep inside of you, and you got to stay happy, and you got to believe you can accomplish anything you want in this world. Now tell the people who you are. Who are you?
My name is Baby Lake, but my friends call me Layla. I say it real cool, sound like a player. Education first, so I'm all about the books. You know I got the brain, and of course I got the looks. You gotta dream big and chase your goals. Learn, go through the highs and lows. Do it in your mind, you can do it every time.
like that. So you flowing now?
Yes.
You flowing?
Yeah.
Okay. Listen, tell the people what's our motto.
Live, laugh, learn, love.
What?
Live, laugh, learn, love.
Live, laugh, learn, love. Live, laugh, learn, love. Live, laugh, learn, love. Live, laugh, learn, love.
Don't kiss with me. That's why I was laughing.
See, they like your joint, like.
Like I said, you can do anything in the world. All you gotta do is believe it. Okay?
Yeah.
Okay, so that song is called Believe in You. And listen, it was a message in lay words. Lay said you do it in your mind, you can do it every time. So you got to see yourself doing it before you can actually do it in the physical. And that's a study that they did with the athletes, right? And that's why I say the brain doesn't know the difference between imagination and reality. It's because they took half of the athletes and had them, hooked them up to different type of brain scans and had them to imagine themselves, dunking the ball and playing ball. And the other control group that actually did it, what they found was the same parts of the brain actually fired off, suggesting the brain doesn't know the difference between imagination and reality. And we know that can work for or against us. Why is that? All right, this is how it can work against you. You can imagine a threat, right? You can imagine something's going to go wrong. So that's one reason you don't watch a whole bunch of the news, because it's always a threat. It's always doomsday, right? But when you imagine this threat, when you start to think about it, internalize it, your brain doesn't know the difference, right? And when your brain senses that threat, since the brain job is to keep you alive, what happens is the brain wants you to prepare for fight or flight. So now you start to have different chemicals and hormones released in the body, like adrenaline and cortisol, which are stress hormones. But they ready to give you that energy because when this stress response mode was designed, it was designed for a threat in the external environment. But now, since your brain doesn't know the difference between imagination and reality, you can imagine a threat while you're sitting home on the couch watching TV, and your body will react the same way physically as if you was actually being chased by a dog or a person with a gun that was actually trying to hurt you. Why is this detrimental to you? Because now you're sitting home and you keep getting all these stress hormones just coursing through your body. All these white blood cells leaving inflammation in the wake with nothing to fight, no danger to fight. And you do it over and over and over and over again, and you start to create inflammation in the body.
You're just making me scared now.
Well, that means you should have positive thoughts. That means you should focus on your positivity. Okay? When you get those voices of doubt, which is the true battle in life, those voices of doubt that want to stop you from being the best version of yourself, that's where the true battle is. That's what you have to fight, those voices of doubt. So we come in here today to get some concepts and understand, okay, I'm going to get a whole bunch of voices of negativity. But what I do is now, as I look at it as a challenge, when I get those voices of doubt that tell me that I'm not good enough and want me to stop and not try, then I say, okay, I might not be good enough today, but I'm going to keep going. And one day I will be good enough. So I tell the doubt, take a seat. I'm going to do this. So now the next time that voice of doubt come up, it's a little bit lower, and I can overcome it a little bit quicker than I could last time. So Dirt Road to Rodeo is about overcoming all your doubts and uncertainties, because at the end of the day, that's what holds us back. We doubt that we're good enough. We doubt that it's a power there. We doubt that we could use the power if it is there. It's our doubts that we got to get rid of. So Dirt Road to Rodeo is about overcoming you. You got something you want to say, Lay?
Wait, can I choose one more song for them to listen to?
Yes, we will choose a song, but hold on. We're going to get to it in 1 second. We want them to help invoke their superpower. So if we understand this, right, that the brain is inclined to worry, we're getting all of these negative thoughts, right? So what we want to do is try to quiet the mind. If we quiet the brain, then we can start to listen to the voice of our soul, of our intuition. So one way that we quiet the brain is by deep breathing. Because right now we're all breathing unconsciously. Breathing is not something that we're thinking about. It's done by the lower part of our brain right now. But when we consciously decide to work on deep breathing, we can disconnect from the lower part of our brain and connect to the neocortex. Okay? And once we disconnect from the lower part of our brain, we won't get so many of those thoughts that, we're worrying so much. That's one reason why we want to quiet the brainwave frequency. So one of the things I want you to do is invoke the power of deep breathing. It doesn't cost you anything. And if you know you're about to go into a stressful situation, then go ahead and do some deep breaths. Wake up and do some deep breaths. One thing you can do to lower the brainwave frequency is breathe in for 4, hold for 2, and exhale for 4. Do 6 rounds of that, and you start to lower the brainwave frequency, because normally we're in a beta state, and that's where we could be stressed out in that beta state, right? The brain is at like 16 to 31 hertz. But as we start to do this deep breathing, we can begin to lower that brainwave frequency, and we can go from a beta state to an alpha state. Now, in an alpha state, we have the brain is operating between 8 and 15 hertz. You're less stressed out. It's an optimal state for learning. And as we keep doing the deep breathing, we can go from beta to alpha to theta. Theta is about 4 to 7 hertz. Now in theta, you can start to get some of those, you can start to hear that voice of intuition. You can get some enlightenment. And under 4 hertz, we're going to be going into a delta brainwave state. And that delta brainwave state is where we can get some of those aha moments, at those brilliant insights. For me personally, when I'm in the shower, right? And the shower invokes a theta brainwave state. So when I'm in the shower, I get a lot of downloads. And so when I'm in the shower, I have to like either voice record certain things because it comes to me right then. I get these aha moments. So I stay in the shower and do those downloads.
That's why you be in the shower so long.
Yeah. That's why I be in the shower so long, because that's where I kind of like do my meditation and I download things at, and it comes to me and I get those aha moments. So once we know these things, we got to use them to our advantage and start using them in our life. We all got a supercomputer between our ears. The question is, are we using this computer, or is it this computer on automatic and it's using us? That's the real question. So once we get past those thoughts, those worrisome thoughts in the brain, because remember, it's a problem solving machine. And this is another thing. If there is no problem, the brain will create one. You need to know this. You can be in a relationship, everything going good. What happens? The brain want to create a problem. It want to find one. So now you know this. What do? You proactively work on goals and different things that you're trying to accomplish, so your brain can solve those problems for you, so it can work on those things. So every time that you hear me talk, I'm going to talk about the brain, and I'm going to talk about the brain in terms of evolution. Why? Because you have the same brain that your ancestors had thousands and thousands and thousands of years ago, but you live in a totally different world with the same brain. So you need to know how that brain works, so you don't get caught up in that loop of letting the brain control you instead of you controlling the brain. So one of the best things you can do is invoke the power of deep breathing. Like I said, you will consciously disconnect from the reptilian brain and connect to the neocortex.
You're just tickling my head.
Yes. Next thing you can do is get that gratitude journal, because you want to begin to rewire your brain. Write down things that you're thankful for. Very easy to do and very easy not to do. And then what'll happen is this. You'll be wanting to change, right? Consciously, you want to change, not understanding that most of your life is subconscious under your conscious awareness, and you got certain programs that are built in. And unless you can change the programs that are built in, you're going to be consciously thinking of things that you want to do better, but subconsciously sabotaging yourself. So until you can get everything aligned and in alignment, we're going to keep going through this, what we call the rat race. So having this information and this knowledge, we can begin to invoke certain behaviors and disciplines so we can get out of that. Another thing you can do is write a gratitude letter to somebody. Write a gratitude letter, because they've done studies that have done gratitude interventions, and they've shown that after the gratitude interventions, how much more healthier people was, how much reduced stress levels they had. So another thing is write a gratitude letter to somebody and thank them that have done something for you. All right, now you want to listen to your song?
Yes.
All right, Layla want to play a song. What's the song you want to play?
I don't know. I want to know.
Okay, hold on. So listen, we even off of this the songs that we're gonna play. In each song was chosen a message for you to actually help you invoke that superpower. So what we're going to do is stop giving power to the outside world and start giving it back to the inside. So that's what every song on this album is about. Like I keep telling you, this is not about entertainment. This is about a message to the soul. And even right now, this is not about you physically. This is a message to the soul. Everything that we're doing right here is a message to the soul. So what song do you want to play, Layla, off the album? And while you're looking for the song, let me explain something to the people. Gangster mentality. Why? Why the mentality? Because it's a mindset. The whole life is a mindset. We
Daddy,
just express.
why?
Okay, why? We'll do that one.
No, I'll just say it.
Oh.
I'll do this.
Which one? Time? Okay, so hold on 1 second. Okay, I'm sorry. Gangster mentality. Why? Because it's a mindset. This whole life is a mindset. And you know the scripture, that's why the scripture told us what? Stand guard at the doorway of your mind. Okay. Stand guard at the doorway of your mind. Also, what did it tell us? Be not conformed to this world, but transform by the renewing of your mind. Renew it, make something new, come up with the more concepts. And it's all about, focusing on the good. And see, that's what the gospel was about. The gospel was only the good spell. Okay, it was the good spell. See, we overcomplicate things and we make it too hard. It's one power. We got to connect to that power. Let's connect to that power through good, through loving thoughts, things like that. Layla wanted to pick the song Time Is Now, which I think is a good song because the time is now for you to begin to think different. Because if you want something different, but you're not thinking different, then that's basically insanity. Nothing can change until you do. If you don't get nothing else from this right here, understand the thought precedes the action. You can't do something without thinking about it first. So instead of worrying about the action, let's go to the thoughts first and foremost. So we're going to play the song, The Time Is Now, because the time is now for humanity, for us all to wake up, for us all to embrace the divinity inside of us. That's what it's time for us to do, to live from a love consciousness, a unity consciousness. We've been doing what we've been doing since the beginning of time. And look what we've got. We think, somebody gonna come save us. We're gonna have to save ourselves. And we can all start with our thoughts and we can start living from our heart. And if we do what they said, love thy neighbor as thyself, we good. Not love people that look like you. Not love just people that think like you. Not love only people that agree with you. It says, love thy neighbor. That means everybody, as thyself. Because love is the only way. And that's what connects us all. So we're going to play the song Time Is Now because Layla's ready for the song to play. Fix your face. Fix your face. It ain't comedy.
All I wanted was the song.
All right, but we got work to do. We got to talk to the people. So here we go. The time is now for Layla.
The problem is you think you have more time than you do. Time is the only commodity that we can't make more of. You can always make more money, but you can't make more time. When it's gone, it's gone. So we have to make the best use of time. We all get the same 24 hours in a day. The question is, what are you doing with your time?
The time is out. The time is out. The time is out. Some of your life is taken away. The time is now.
The time is now.
The time is now. Some of your life is taken away.
Remember, time waits for no man.
I appreciate you.
The world don't stop turning, so we can't stop working. You can't turn back the hands once it's gone. You have to learn to live with the regret. What you should have did, what you could have did, but you can't get the time back. Like they say, time is not running out, but your time is. You can't stop the clock. All you can do is try to make the best use of the time. The time is now. No opportunities wasted. And the older you get, the faster it goes. The time is now. The time is now.
The time is now. Some of your life is taken away. The time is now. The time is now.
The time is now.
Some of your life is taken away.
The time is now. The time is now. The time is now. Some of your life is taken away. The time is now. The time is now. The time is now. Some of your life is taken away. The time is now. We gotta go. The goals, the dreams, They're not gonna wait for you. You gotta get up and get it. It's not coming to you. That's why you gotta have that gangster mentality. Don't sit around and want it. Make better use of that time. We gotta keep growing. No regrets. The time is now. Stop waiting around for things to happen and make it happen. We all crave more time, but we gotta make better use of the time we have. Every minute you waste is a minute you can't get back. It's ticking away. You get to the end of your life, and you like, where did the time go? You wasted it. The time is now. The time is now. The time is now. Some of your life is ticking away. The time is now. The time is now. The time is now. Some of your life is ticking away. The time is now.
You gonna choke me?
The time is now. The time is now.
Some of your life is taken away. The time is now. The time is now.
The time is now. Some of your life is ticking away. There are so many distractions in the world we live in. Social media, smartphones, so much information at our fingertip, emails, text messages. You really have to draw the line in the sand with your time. Where are you going to give your energy and your focus? Time is the greatest resource we have, and also the most limited. We have to be very careful with our time. It's easy to lose it, and it's easy to waste it. But remember, when the time is gone, we can't get it back.
All right, so that's the time is now. Time is now to start thinking different and learning some different things. And we got to understand that one word that can change your whole life for the better is gratitude. And gratitude is good for your heart and is good for the nervous system. Okay, we understand gratitude reduces blood pressure. So, because think about it, when you're under stress, the blood vessels are constricted. So when you're under gratitude and the parasympathetic nervous system, the blood vessels are relaxed. Now blood can flow more, so you can reduce the blood pressure.
Just
now,
to let you know, in 7 minutes, this will be ending.
Okay, so let me say this real quick. Another thing about gratitude, right? So whenever you are experiencing positive emotions, let's say like gratitude, love, and appreciation, the heart actually beats out a different kind of message, and that determines what kind of signals are sent to the brain, because we got to understand the brain and the heart are communicating, right? So when the heart is erratic, then the signals sent to the brain are disorderly and erratic. Now what happens is that limits the higher function of the brain. Now you can't think clearly, you can't remember, you can't learn, you can't reason and make effective decisions. Okay, so that's another reason why we want to become real relaxed. We want to become calm so we can increase that brain heart coherence. Because remember, like the scripture said, if two of you can agree on anything, then you can have it. So we can look at that as the brain and the heart being on the same page, because the brain is the thoughts and the heart is the feelings. So we can get our thoughts and our feelings aligned, then we can create what we need to create. So one reason we want to begin to reduce this stress is so we can increase the brain and heart coherence. Okay, so gratitude. So what I want you to do this week, I want you to walk out into the world and I want you to look at things to be grateful for. Find different things that you can find to be grateful for. Be grateful that the sun shines and warms the earth and helps the food to grow. Be thankful for the rain. A lot of times we get rain and we don't want it. Be thankful for the rain, for the sustenance. Just be thankful for nature. Be thankful for the trees and the intimate relationship that we have with the trees and them producing the oxygen for us to breathe. Become infatuated with everything that's around you. Like begin to think different consciously, but you got to actually do it. You know, you cannot think like the rest of the world and want to have miracles and things happen in your life. No, that's why it's the dirt road to rodeo. You got to change the way you think. You got to change the way you look at the world. You got to become somebody totally different. You know, it's got to be like the butterfly and the caterpillar. When you become the butterfly, you don't even recognize the caterpillar. That's how you got to be. You got to change so much that people who've known you all your life don't even know who you are. So you put off the old man for the new man. That's what dirt road to rodeo is about. Put off the old man for the new man. Because this whole thing is about growing and it's about change. And we got to have the right mindset. And see, that's why I tell you, keep it gangster. But you got to keep it gangster with yourself first and foremost. And keeping it gangster means making sure you're right on the inside. As within, so without. We try to do too many things externally. That's where we gave all the power, but the true power is inside. The only thing we can control is the way we think and feel about certain things. So Dirt Road to Rodeo is overcoming the challenges, overcoming your limited nature, overcoming thinking like a human, and embracing the God consciousness. You got anything you want to say, Lay?
Yes.
What's that?
Why do so many of you guys have Wednesday profiles? Because I am scared of Wednesday.
You scared of what?
Wednesday.
Wednesday. What's Wednesday? I don't get it.
It's a movie.
Oh, okay.
Wednesday from the Addams Family.
Okay. So look, when you all look at this cup, right? High key lifestyle. This is a lifestyle where we got to embrace mind, body, and spirit. Okay? Mind, body, and spirit. The key is the key to life. That's what the key, I'm trying to give you the key. The key right here to life. So, you know, hold on, baby girl. Another thing I want you to do is when you wake up in the morning, look in the mirror and acknowledge some things about yourself that you'll be thankful for and grateful for. And always remember, what you appreciate appreciates you, and it appreciates. Okay? It also appreciates. So I appreciate each and every one of you for dropping by on this Sunday morning. We're going to have a great week. This week is all about gratitude. I'm thankful for all of you. Hold the word gratitude in your mind. When you get into a situation, think about, how can I be thankful? Because a lot of times you get into a situation and it looks bad at first, but that situation or challenge was actually sent to help you grow and to change and to become somebody totally different. So ask yourself, what can I find in this situation to actually help me and be thankful for? And live with an attitude of gratitude.
I'm sorry.
You know who that is, right?
No.
That's Tal.
Oh, hi, Tal. But we're just about to end.
It's all good. But listen, so the word for this week is gratitude. That's all we want to do is search out different things to be grateful for, different people to be grateful for. And keep in your mind that everything I appreciate appreciates me back, and it appreciates more. So I got to be the change that I want to see in the world. I'm thankful for Lay. I'm thankful for Sunday mornings. I'm thankful for the platform to be able to reach all of you all. I'm thankful for the song Gangsta Mentality. What are you thankful for?
Everything in this world.
Everything in this world? Okay. Well, Layla's thankful for everything in this world. So thank you all for being here. We'll see you next week. And listen, since we're going into that springtime, next week we're going to be talking about spring cleaning. Okay? But not your house, your mind. We're going to clean out some of the limiting concepts. We're going to clean out some of the feelings of unworthiness, some of the feelings of not being good enough. We're going to clean all of that out so we can start fresh. First, we're going to have to get rid of those old concepts. So on a physical level, of course, we're going to clean out our house. It's time to do that, spring cleaning. But on a mental level, we got to clean out our house. And our house is our mind. Okay? And that's what we got to take care of. So everybody have a great day. Love you all. Remember, we want to get out of our brain and into our heart. Okay? Don't overthink it. You study long, you study wrong.
Bye, Tal. And tell your wife I said hi.
Talk to you all next week.
Bye.